This weapon has high bullet spread. This is the same weapon but with low bullet spread. Sometimes your aim isn't the problem, it's the accuracy of your weapon. Now, this weapon takes out the enemy with 4 shots. But this is the same weapon taking out the enemy with just 3 shots. What's changed? Well, I only changed the Gunsmith. Gunsmith doesn't only affect your damage or accuracy, it also affects your speed, the stability of your weapon, and so much more. So in this video, we will dive into how you can fully master Gunsmith in COD Mobile. This will help you build the perfect weapon that fits your playstyle anytime and any day. Let's begin. When you go to the Gunsmith of any weapon, you are presented with a list of attributes. These weapon attributes or weapon stats control the way your gun behaves. They can either improve the weapon or make it worse. So pay close attention so you don't mess things up for your gameplay. First, let's take a look at accuracy. Your weapon accuracy is controlled by something called bullet spread, and like the name suggests, the bullet from your weapon spreads more when you have high bullet spread and it spreads less when you have low bullet spread. A low bullet spread means your shots are tighter and they hit the target better. Every weapon has bullet spread. However, when you ADS, the bullet spread becomes ADS bullet spread, and when you hip fire, it becomes hip fire bullet spread. In your Gunsmith, use attachments that reduce the ADS bullet spread if you want better accuracy when you ADS with your weapon. You will mostly ADS during a match, so it's best to focus on this particular one. Recoil control in COD Mobile is easy to understand. We mainly have 2 types of recoil, vertical recoil and horizontal recoil. But before doing anything, always go to the overview chart of your weapon by tapping on this button right here. You are presented with a weapon chart. It allows you to compare different weapons together. All the attributes are broken down on the screen. As you can see, for this weapon chart, we have the QQ9 being compared to the QQ9. We can change one of them and it becomes the QQ9 versus the VMP. But let's get back to using 2 QQ9s. You simply have to look down at the bottom right corner. You'll find the recoil pattern of the weapon. This helps you understand how much vertical or horizontal recoil it has. If it has too much horizontal recoil, use attachments that reduce it. And if there's too much vertical recoil, you do the same thing. The trick here is to push the pattern back to the target by either reducing the vertical recoil or the horizontal recoil. This gives you more stability during gunfights that are far away. Now let's look at the damage attributes. All you need to do is pay attention to 3 things: damage number, body multiplier, and damage range. The damage number is the actual damage the weapon deals on a target. For instance, without any attachment on the QQ9, when I shoot at the stomach of a player that is next to me, I get 28 damage. But taking a look at the QQ9 Gunsmith, there's an attachment that improves the damage number, adding 2 points to it, taking it from 28 damage to 30 damage. Not all weapons have an attachment like this, but many of them do. So whenever you use a weapon, check to see if a damage increasing attachment is available. Another way to improve the damage on your weapon is with the second thing I mentioned, body multiplier. You see, in COD Mobile, every body part of the enemy player has a multiplier. You will find that in the weapon chart. For instance, with the QQ9, a shot to the head carries a 1.2 multiplier. So using the default QQ9 without any attachment, base damage is 28, but when I shoot the head of an enemy player, I get 33. And that's because the 28 base damage is multiplied by the head multiplier. A shot to the leg is multiplied by 0.9. So when I shoot the leg, I get 25. But one thing to note is all these multipliers can be improved when you use an attachment that increases the body part multiplier. For instance, with the QQ9, this same attachment gives better body multiplier. And if we compare a QQ9 with this attachment and another QQ9 without this attachment, you see the difference. The head goes from 1.2 to 1.3. The stomach and hand also get a boost. The last thing you gotta pay attention to is damage range. Now, always remember that when a target is close to you, the damage of your weapon is at its highest. But the further away they get, the less damage you deal. This target is 5 meters away and the damage is 28. But move him 15 meters away and the damage drops to 23. Move him 30 meters away and the damage continues to drop. If you want to reduce the damage drop or extend the range of your weapon, you look for attachments that give you more damage range. 2 QQ9s, one has the attachment that extends the damage range and one doesn't. Now when you shoot, the damage stays the same until 16.2 meters, but without the attachment, it drops immediately the target goes to 12 meters. And guess what? I can still extend it. Now looking at mobility, this is a little complex, but I will explain it in the simplest way I can. We have ADS speed, sprint to fire delay, movement speed, sprint speed, and ADS movement speed. So straight to the point, the ADS speed is how fast it takes your weapon to aim down sight. The faster it is, the better, therefore letting you win more fights. Cause if you shoot first, you have a better chance at winning. Different weapons have different aiming time. Next is sprint to fire delay or sprint to fire time, but it only comes into play when you sprint. It is the delay time to aim that is placed on your weapon when you sprint. For instance, if you sprinted with your QQ9, it gets a little delay when you're trying to aim at a target, but when you walk or stand still, there will be no delay. This brings us to a unique trick you can use to remove the sprint to fire delay from your weapons. All you have to do is pull back on your joystick button before shooting your weapon. This makes you stop sprinting, hence cancelling the delay. You can also use the red perk known as Agile. It helps to reduce the delay. Next is your movement speed. This is the speed you get from walking with your gun out. Then sprint speed is the speed you get when you sprint or run. But the ADS movement speed is simply the speed you get when you aim and move with your weapon. This is also called aiming movement speed and strafing speed. There are several Gunsmith specs you can also look at, but honestly, these are super easy to understand. However, with the FMJ spec, you retain a huge chunk of your damage when you shoot at targets behind walls. How to build the perfect gunsmith. Now that you understand gunsmith to some extent, how do you build the perfect gunsmith? Well, here's the deal. There is no perfect gunsmith. You can only make a perfect gunsmith for your own playstyle, thereby complementing your own strengths and weaknesses. Choose a weapon, then test it out and see what you are missing out on. Are you losing gunfights because you can't strafe fast enough? Then increase the ADS movement speed. Can't land shots properly on targets further away? Then reduce the ADS bullet spread or reduce the recoil. Taking too many shots to bring down a target, then increase the damage number, the body multiplier, or the damage range. Use this to work on your strengths and you should be good. That's everything I have for you. As time goes, I will make more videos on how to build the gunsmith for different weapon types, including assault rifles, sniper rifles, SMGs, and the rest. Until then, good luck.